Mythics, how are we? Yes, it's another Saturday morning, 10 AM. There or thereabouts. I'm actually not that late this time. Kind of. Anyway, my name is Ken Boyter, the one that's always late. Let's not make that stick. Edra Tales is the Twitch channel that you're watching. Plus, I also have an Edra Tales YouTube channel where all of these live streams live forever. Like YouTube will. Will it live forever? God, we thought Blockbusters was going to live forever. Anywho, also another YouTube channel is The Bottled Imp. This is Crocklesnook, the imp from The Bottled Imp. If you love fancy goodness, go and check out the channel. It's a YouTube channel that I co-created with a guy called Julian. And we've got over 450 episodes of fancy film reviews, fancy book reviews, and fancy board game reviews. So if you like those, check them out. Although we haven't made an episode in a while because life, you know, if you can't do YouTube full time, you have to fit it in around life, and sometimes that is tricky. I'm here now at last. Yes, thank you, Martha. Hello, welcome. How are you, Martha? Hopefully you had a lovely sleep and you're feeling refreshed and raring to go. And thank you to anyone else that's in the chat. I live stream these on my phone, so I can't see who's in the chat unless you actually comment. And it might be different if I was on a PC. I might change to a PC, but using the phone is just so much easier. No, Martha, not nightmares. Was it like real life nightmares or fantasy nightmares? You know, like, because you can get real life nightmares, or you can get fantasy nightmares like you're fighting a big spider. You know, like a giant spider. That'd be one of my nightmares. I had a dream. It wasn't a nightmare, but it was like a dream where you go, that's not a nice. It's not a pleasant dream. I dreamt, but it was, it was nothing. But it was. I dreamt that I was going on stage. I'm an actor, as you know, and I just didn't know my lines. I wasn't prepared for the show, and that is obviously, it's nothing in the scheme of things, but. It's not like a nightmare, but it's just that unpleasant feeling when you wake up and go, it's mixed because you go, I'm still remembering the fact that I wasn't prepared, but then you sort of go, at least it's a dream. So Martha's put here, fear of new tech. Oh God, so it's kind of real life. And other one in kind of personal, I don't want to trigger or talk about. Yeah, no worries, Martha. Privacy is privacy. Privacy is your privacy. No worries. Just big hugs to you, Martha. Hopefully you can, forget about it, take your mind off it. Good morning, Lirin. Or I should say, as Lirin has put, good rainy afternoon. Woke up just in time, having to wake up 12 hours ago to help my cousin take her 25 kilograms of luggage to the airport. Now, I don't know what 25 kilograms is. I'm assuming that's heavy. Came back to watch the sunrise, closed my eyes and opened them in shock to see 4:59 6 minutes ago. Thank goodness I was doing that. Liren, I salute you, sir, for getting up in all sort of crazy hours that you do to watch these live streams. You are a trooper. So there we go. So thank you, I appreciate it. I do appreciate it because obviously if no one watches this, then that's fine. I'm not overly fussed, kind of. It's much nicer if people watch because then we can riff, we can comment, we can chat, we can share experiences, that kind of thing. But if no one is watching, then I use this as kind of a bit of creative therapy anyway. So I probably, I can talk to myself for 45 minutes. Because it's like a mental process going, right, what am I doing with this project? Oh yeah, the next stage of this project is, and then so it's kind of a good sort of therapeutic session for me. I counted my dice wrong again. You think you have over 1,000 dice? Oh, no wonder. That's tricky to count. You'll have to put them in numbers tens. That's 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. And then write 50. Then that's loads of dice. That's an amazing amount. Yeah, I can see why you've got to 1001 dice, because they're great to collect. I sort of started collecting dice and I thought, this is going to get out of hand. I'm going to have to limit myself to the sets that I have. You know, yeah, Martha is a dice dragon. And I totally get it. Dice are gorgeous things. You know, there's all different types of colours, different types of patterns. There's custom dice that have little symbols on. Yeah. And then, of course, you know, the D&D dice, the polymathic, is that how you pronounce it? Polymathic dice, where you've got the 12-sided dice, 10-sided dice, the 4-sided dice, you know, all the different 20-sided dice. You know, they're beautiful as well. Some of mine are kind of boring, so I might get rid of those. Well, that's fair enough. I would keep a couple of boring sets, though, just so you've got boring sets, because your collection won't be a full collection without the boring sets. Because, you know, most of us, unless nowadays, because so my age, there weren't all this array of dices, I don't think. I wasn't massively into dice, but my introduction dice were with the boring ones. It's one colour, it's normally white, you know, white with black pips, and that's what dice were. And of course, you could get different colours. Yeah, I've doubled some of them, so I can get rid of it. Yeah, exactly. Any doubles you have, absolutely. And thank you to Eternal Champion 87 for following the Twitch channel. Really do appreciate it. We now have 87 followers. Woohoo! It all helps. So thank you, and I appreciate it if you watch and you don't want to comment. That's absolutely fine. Or if you watch this on playback, you know, you don't watch it live, then that's absolutely fine. But as I say, Twitch have changed what they do now. So with Twitch, you can only store 100 hours worth of live streaming. So I started this a while back anyway. I export them all over to Edra Scrolls YouTube channel. So if you do want to watch them back, or you missed an episode and you want to watch it, I would go to Edra Scrolls YouTube channel, simply because you know they're definitely going to be there. With the Twitch ones, they might disappear because I've got a limited amount of storage now. So, and if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, that would be great as well. Lyrian's put here, speaking of new tech, gosh darned bureaucracy red tape when it comes to DVD, Blu-ray, game zones. Was overjoyed that the Elden Ring Complete Edition was listed with English subtitles on the Taiwanese PlayStation Store. What it failed to specify was it only allowed you to select English subtitles if you're in that zone or account. If your PS4 is bought from America, doll. I tell you what, Lirin, could you not hook it up to a VPN? Is that what it's called? Where, you know, you can get onto the internet in a private way. I've seen people advertise that, and therefore it's regionless, and you could then just select whichever country you need to be in. Now, if that's illegal, then I didn't recommend it. If it's not, then I recommend it. So that might be a way to solve that problem. But is that the Elden Ring? That's yeah, I've heard about it. I've not played those series of games. However, that's just reminded me, Oblivion Remastered has come out. The Elder Scrolls number 4 has come out. It was something like 14 years later. Oblivion was, and I've got the soundtrack on if anyone has recognised it. It's amazing. Oblivion was my first introduction to playing the Elder Scrolls games, and that was when I first got my Xbox 360. And it was, I said to my brother, "Can you recommend any fantasy games?" And he went, "Yeah, Oblivion gets really good reviews. It's been out a while. It's done really well. It's got a few, you know, it's got DLC, downloadable content available as well." So, and because it had been out a while, I went down to a second-hand gaming shop, got it for £10. £10! And it was the Gamer of the Year one, so it had all the downloadable content in it. And honestly, it blew my mind, because I hadn't played video games for a good number of years, and I was like, my God, they've come on so far now. And then I only played Oblivion for about a year and a half, and then Skyrim came out, and I was like, what the monkeys is this? And Skyrim blew my mind. And I still play Skyrim 10 years later. And I probably would still be playing Oblivion 10 years later if Skyrim hadn't have come out. So I'm very tempted to get the new Oblivion. However, it's £50 and I can't spend 50 quid on a video game at the moment. So I'm going to have to wait. I'm just going to have to wait. I got £2.50 English money. Fantastic, Martha. I like it. Where did you get that from? Did a family member go travelling to England, or how did you get that? Lyrian's put, Elden Ring is directed by arguably the most successful fighting fantasy fan in the world. Oh, okay. Who openly and proudly admits that FF Gamebooks was his primary inspiration that helped him make Dark Souls and win him his Lifetime Achievement of Golden Joystick Award. So Dark Souls is, yeah, it's not Elden Ring Dark Souls, is it? Dark Souls is a completely different game on its own. Yeah, that's, so if he did Dark Souls, that's amazing then, yeah. Which is why, yeah, I can see why, because apparently, I've not played it, but I've seen people do playthroughs. Dark Souls is brutal, apparently, isn't it? Mum gave me 50p due to not needing it. The £2 I found on the wall. Oh, okay. That's amazing. That's brilliant. Fantastic. Hello, Spellsing. How are you? Everybody well? Yes. Everybody well. Although Martha did have a little bit of a nightmare last night, but we've all given her big hugs. So she's doing all right, hopefully. Fingers crossed. Yes, we're all doing well. How are you, Spellsing? Thank you for joining us. We're just talking about... well, we got sidetracked a little bit. But yeah, we're talking about Oblivion, the remix, the remaster. We're talking about Elden Ring, and we're talking possibly about Dark Souls as well, video games. Because Lyrian pointed out that the guy that created Elden Ring and Dark Souls had Fighting Fantasy Gamebooks was a massive inspiration to him creating those games. And that's what I like about creativity. That's what I like about all of this. You know, as a kid, you grow up, Fighting Fantasy was a part of my life. And, you know, lo and behold, sort of 40 years later, I'm creating my own game book. You know, and again, it's very much in the Fighting Fantasy mould. Although I've done more to make it different. But my other inspiration is Talisman. So I've got nods to the board game Talisman in here as well. So if you like Fighting Fantasy and Talisman, you might like To Kill a Thief. Yeah, Martha's put, woke up to a nightmare game, not for the first time. I know, luckily with nightmares, they're just nightmares and just kind of put it away. So, Lyrian's put, same director, Dark Souls 1 and 2 and 3 put him on the map, giving his investors the confidence to direct the AAA epic that is Elden Ring. So maybe I should play Elden Ring then. And that was what won him the Lifetime Achievement Award. Oh, I see. Personally given to him by Stephen Ian. Pointing fact, oh, what a fantastic moment for him. That really is that sort of coming back. No, it's not. I've got a little story like that. It's not on the scale of that achievement, but the card game, The Crooked Crown, that I co-designed with Kedrick Winks, Ian Livingston bought a copy from our stand, from the publisher's stand, last year at UK Games Expo. So I was well happy with that. And then I saw him again months later at Fighting Fantasy 5. And he said, yeah, I got your game. And I was like, oh, really? Thanks. I said, have you played it? He went, yeah, we really enjoy it. It's good. So I was like, oh. My work here is done. Golden Joystick sounds like the Games Master. Do you remember that? They did. They got a golden joystick. Games Master. Oh, what a show. That was a really innovative show, wasn't it? With Dominic Diamond. In fact, I've just been watching... That's really funny you should say that, because there's a YouTube channel called Rose Tinted Spectrum that is primarily about Spectrum games, but he does delve into other games, but it's all retro gaming. And he delves into retro TV as well, and he does deep dives into them. And he's done a deep dive into Games Master, so he covers every series of Games Master. And he's really funny. He makes little quips and jokes and funniness, and he sort of just takes you through each episode. It's really good. Good old Dominic Diamond. Yeah, but what I didn't realise, and I kind of remember when I saw this rose-tinted Spectrum talking about it, is that Series 3, I think it was, or Series 4, wasn't hosted by Dominic Diamond. He'd left. And they got this Cockney geezer guy, Dexter. And it was just a complete shambles. And I think I remember that as a kid and thinking, no, I don't like that. I'm not going to watch. So they brought Dominic Diamond back. Oh, have you just been watching those? Oh, I see. You've been watching the rose-tinted Spectrum. Yes. Dexter Fletcher, that's it. Yeah. And I was reminded of that, and I think, yeah, I recognise the guy. So there we go. Fantastic. Yes. Oh, you'll love them, those rose-tinted Spectrum videos. They're great. So there we go. So has anybody been working on their projects? Has anybody been doing anything this week? Sometimes it's nice not to work on a project and just have a rest if you've been full-on intense like I have. So I did allow myself to have yesterday evening off. I was so tired. I played squash in the morning. I'd chilled out with Sally, and then I was going to go and do work again. I was like, I'm just so tired. No, my head was all over the place. Yeah, that's absolutely, Martha. Yeah, if your mind isn't with it, then yeah, there's no point in forcing it, I guess, is there? Well, I've been... well, let me show you these first, actually. So, you know, I've been making gob heads. My goblin heads, gob heads. Now, normally, I'm going to start painting them. So that was the very first one that I did. And then I've done a few more of these. So this is number 3. And a friend of mine said that she's just started making resin stuff. And she knew about my gob heads, and she said, can she make some resin gob heads? And I went, oh, okay. Okay, so I gave her one of the gob heads for her to make a resin mould, and then she would, or a mould, I don't know if it was resin, but and then she would pour the resin in to make the gob head. So she has made them. She's made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is a completely clear one. Don't know how well you can see that. But look, that's the original. Oh no, that's not the original. That's slightly different. So the original got slightly damaged when she took it out of the mould. His ears broke off. But that's fine. I thought they might. So I'm going to make some new ears for this goblin. So that's a clear one. And she's made different coloured ones. So we've got a green one. Look at that. We've got a green one. Then we've got another green one, but she's put moss or sort of grass inside it, which is kind of weird. So that's sort of to give it some texture. Then we've got an orange one that she put, what are they, lentils. Mr. Earless reminds me of a deep sea fish that David Attenborough was talking about on the National Geographic last week, called the globfish. Oh, was it? It's funny she called it glob, because I'm calling them gob heads. Look at that. No, I'm going to put ears back on him. And then we got the brown one as well. So there we go. So what I'm going to say is, I think I'm not 100% convinced with the lentil one. I'm not 100% convinced I like them having stuff inside. I think I prefer just kind of more that effect. You know, it's just sort of one colour rather than have bits in it. All packed and ready to paint my D&D miniatures. Fantastic. Yeah, Martha, you're going to your gaming club today where you paint miniatures, which is fantastic. Which miniatures are you painting then? Are they Warhammer ones or Talisman ones? Oh no, you've put D&D. I read that and then I didn't think about it. D&D miniatures. So what one? What types? Warriors, goblins. Oh, is that right? Luminescent goblins of the Underdark. Is that in Skyrim? Because there's goblins. They're kind of like goblins in the Underdark. Or the Underdark is D&D, isn't it? Martha's put, I'm finishing my D&D horse today. Wow. A black one that is grazing. Oh, that's fantastic, Martha. Well, good luck with that, yeah. And if you finish it, maybe you could take a photo and post it up to the Edra Scrolls Facebook group. Because that would be lovely. So there we go. So she did say, my friend said, her name's Hazel, by the way, to give her credit, that, have a look at them, decide, what you like, and then she'll make some more. So I quite like the fact that it's more this style rather than having lentils in them. I mean, it's fun, but it's not exactly how I saw them pan out. And then I'm also going to make more clay ones. So this is air drying clay. And then I am going to paint them myself as well. So they should sort of end up like this. So there we go. So I'm going to make some more ears for that one. So I just thought you'd like to see those. And if we get them done in time, I've got a book festival coming up in mid-May. So we'll probably sell them on the stall. See if anyone wants to buy them. Martha's put it, I have a stag one that I'm going to paint like White Stag from Skyrim. Oh, the White Stag storyline. Oh, it's so good, Skyrim. I'm so tempted to get Oblivion. It's that world, it's that universe, it's so good. In fact, the YouTube music that I'm using now... I'm not. I'm sure they're using the remastered images, because they've put Oblivion remastered, so I'm pretty sure what I'm seeing now is the remastered imaging, and it looks amazing. Lyrian's put, their crystal-like textures sound me of documentary about creatures like glowworms, anglerfish who glow in the dark. Yeah, that's true. That is true. Although, yeah, the problem with having something like this, I think, is that it sort of takes you out of the goblin-esqueness of them. So you go, oh, they're lentils. Why have they got lentils in them? Do you know what I mean? Whereas something that's a little bit more, just one colour, doesn't really take it out of the goblin, world, if you like. So I'm probably going to say to her, if we just do it one colour, and I quite like the shininess. That's quite cool. Good morning, Sally. How are you? Hopefully you've had a lovely lie-in this morning. I'm just showing... So Sally's seen these already. I'm just showing the gob heads that Hazel made. Librian's put, perhaps different goblins glow in different colours depending on what variety of bioluminescent fungus that the tribe glows. Yeah, that's a good point. Eating over generation, eventually the colours would become hereditary. Yeah, see, that's a good backstory, actually, Lirin. So I could have them different colours, and it's all to do with the... Yeah, exactly, the different glowing depending on what variety of bioluminescent fungus that they grow. Yeah, they could be different tribes in different areas of Edra. Not really. Oh, you went for a run. Well done, Sally. Well done for going for your run. The gob heads are great. Oh, thank you. Yeah, exactly. So it'd be quite cool to have different types. So you got the clay type if you wanted the clay types, or the resin types if you wanted the resin types. So yeah, I'm going to talk to Hazel and maybe say, yeah, do different colours. But yeah, Lyrian's got a great backstory there. And each tribe over generations has been eating what did you call them? Bioluminescent fungus. And so it's just become part of their DNA. I want to knit something, says Martha, but not sure what. What would you knit? Could you do people knit teddy bears and dragons and things like that? That could be a cool thing to knit a fantasy thing. Or can you knit cushion covers? And you could put a dragon on it, or a wolf or something like that. They look great, Ken. Remind me of those boglins from back in the day. Oh, boglins. Maybe this is in my subconscious then. Well, boglins, could you put your fingers in the boglins and do that? And make their mouths move? I think that's what boglins were. Oh my god, I'd forgotten about those. Yeah. And you could put your fingers in. Living's put it, the funny thing is many of the infamous poisonous creatures such as Amazon arrow frogs are born not poisonous. They've gradually cultivated the build-up of their venom through a unique variety of insects unique to the Amazon they eat. Oh, I see. Oh, that's... Lyrin, you're such a knowledgeable young man. You're so... You got the smarts, you got the knowledge. I really wish I could keep that information, unless you quickly Googled that. But I forget facts. I'm terrible. Oh, yes, I have forgotten, Martha. You've knitted a gift for me. Oh, thank you very much. Yes, I have forgotten. I really appreciate it, Martha. Thank you. Boglins were hand operated. Great fun. Yeah, you put your... Yeah, I'm sure you go like that and you could, manipulate their face. Oh, hello! In flatter feristed 9TL2X. Best views on steambow.com. Just remove the space to get round being banned because we're spamming. Then no spoiling it for me. Yes, don't spoil what you've done for me, Martha, but I appreciate the gift. That's very, very kind of you. So there we go. So those are the gob heads. So I'm pretty happy with those. These I'm just doing for fun. I'm literally doing for fun. My tendency is when I do a creative project, I want to turn it into a business. I want to do it full time. And so I just thought, no, I'm just going to do these when I get time. When and if I get time, because of all my other projects. So I'm happy that someone else has said, oh look, I can do some resin work versions for you. Lyrians, but hence an increased call by the medical company to preserve the Amazon. Oh, I see. An arrow frog venom can reverse engineered to be non-addictive anesthetic and also used to treat seizures. If those insects go extinct due to logging, there goes the natural medicine treasure. Yeah, that is another reason. So not just because of the trees, but you lose the trees, but you also lose the environment around the trees. Yeah. It's crazy, isn't it? How we live on this planet, but do we really fit into this planet? Are we aliens? Are we aliens? So, the other things that I've been working on, as you probably have guessed, I have been working on Devilish Deaths. Sorry, not Devilish Deaths. Devilish Dilemmas, an Edra Tales game book, To Kill a Thief, that we successfully, because you guys backed it, some of you guys have backed it, on Kickstarter. If there is anybody that's watching that hasn't backed it, that would like to back it, there is still a late pledges are still open. So if you go to Kickstarter and just type in To Kill a Thief, then you should come up, you should recognise this image, and then you can take a look at the pledge levels and back if there's still time. So where we're at with this then is, I have completely written the first draft. I looked at it again and again, so I'm on my third draft. It's now gone out to playtesting. So people have been playtesting. I've had some feedback already, mostly positive. Some of it's like, oh, that's a repeat of that, or that didn't link there, or I don't think I've had any broken links yet. But there's been just a few things like, what if somebody hasn't got a D12 dice? Just things like that. And also I've got some puzzles in the game that some people, or one person saying they're not sure if that's the correct, you've given us the correct information to solve the puzzle, is what I'm trying to say. So far though, the feedback has been positive, which is great. People are saying it's really well written and that it's very immersive and they like the world building. So that's great. So that's really positive. So I couldn't be more happy. Good morning, Jam. How are you, sir? Oh, I haven't got the bell. Jam normally gets a ding. Ding. Hello, Edra lights. Good morning, Jam. How are you? Yeah, we're just talking about game books. For those of you that don't know, Jam has also got a Kickstarter. I think you've got late pledges still open. If you go to Paranormal Hero 3 on Kickstarter, as Paranormal Hero 3, you can find Jam's Kickstarter, and you can have a look at his and decide whether or not you want to back his as well. People that back both mine and Jam are going to get an extra digital game book. It's going to be 2 short game book stories, one from me, one from Jam. They're going to be roughly 100 entries each. Jam's might be slightly longer. Just as a little bonus to say thank you so much for backing both of us. So once we've finished with our own game books, then we'll be working on that. Grumbles from the bed and shakes my head. Morning, Jam. Nice little poetry there. All good, thanks. Just pat my daughters up. Oh, bless them. So yeah, so I've been working on this. So it's out to play testing, getting good feedback. And that's given me, and also Sally has been proofreading, and also I've got a friend called Claire who's been proofreading as well. And I've been doing the illustrations. Now, you did ask to see an illustration last time. Now, I've been doing them via lino cut. So I've been getting a bit of lino, drawing on the lino, then cutting the lino out to create an illustration. And this is the one that you guys have already seen, so I don't mind showing it again. I don't want to show you all the illustrations because I want you to have a bit of surprise when you play the game book. And Julian has joined us as well. Hello there, Julian. Talking of playtesters, Julian is one of the playtesters. Hits with a soft pillow. Oh. Greetings. I am watching whilst getting ready to record 2 radio shows today. Just getting dressed. Stop staring. Stop staring. It must be a bit cold then where you are, Julian. Oh, I haven't got the bell. Ding! Faints. So, 2 radio shows. What are the radio shows, Julian? Let us know. So I'm going to show you one of the illustrations. But if you convince me, I might show you another one if you want to see another one. So this is one of the illustrations so far. It's a lino cut. So it is an old man sitting in a cell. If you couldn't tell from the illustration. Ding dong. Yes. So that is one of the illustrations. How's your family, Jules? Steals Harry's Potter and runs off. Harry's pouch. Good morning, Glenn. Glenn's put a great looking illustration. Thank you very much. Yes. And what I've tried to do with the selection of which parts of the game book I'm going to illustrate is I remember the Fighting Fantasy ones where it was a great mixture of monsters and then, you know, people, characters you meet along the way, and also just some really sparse illustrations like a table in a room that's empty with a cup on it. I just remember stuff like that. And now being older, you go, oh yeah, they had a deadline to meet. The artist just didn't have enough time. So I found that quite funny. So there you go. Well done and good morning. Thank you very much, Glenn. Oh, I've lost the chat. Show the chats. Good afternoon, Jam and Julian. Going to see Southern Gothic vampire film starring anti-hero villain Black Panther. Hang on. And directed by the same director called Sinners. Yes. Sinners has been doing very well at the box office. A lot of people are going to see it. So it's got good reviews. People, you know, and normal people like us are giving it good reviews as well. Morning, Lee Ring. How's the best Game Book Warrior ever? Yeah. You're all just saying hello to each other, which is lovely. Lovely. Lovely Mythics. So the question is, would you like to see another illustration that I have done? Would you like to see another illustration? So, by the way, what I'm going to do is these are going to be inked up. They're going to be lino prints. So I'm going to be placing them on a bit of paper, a nice bit of fancy paper, and then placing another bit of paper on top of that, and then putting it through a mangle, putting it through rollers to then peel off the paper to get the reverse image, to get the image that I've cut out of lino. And then my thinking is that I could do a series of, say 20 or 30 prints for each one, and then I can sell those as well. So there will be limited edition prints that are going to happen. I'm not sure how many I'm going to do yet, but I'm going to do a limited edition. Just, if you want a bit more memorabilia, if you really love that illustration and you want it on your wall, then it'll be available for you to buy eventually. Julian's put here, nice, been on a vampire movie binge myself, Blood Drain, I've not heard of those, 1 and 2, followed by Abe Lincoln Vampire Hunter. That came out a while ago, didn't it? The horse I'm painting says, Martha, is Shadowmere from Skyrim. Oh, fantastic, Shadowmere. Oh, Skyrim, you can't go wrong with Skyrim, you really can't. Show it, do it, give us more, Door. Maybe a tattoo too? Get him as a tattoo on my arm. Okay, I will show you another one. Shall I show you... I don't want to show you that one because that's really fun and I don't want to spoil that one. Oh, thank you, Jam. I thought a conventional, not quite a fully heroic inventor by conventional standards. I am, for example, an open sympathiser to Thanos and Killmonger of Black Panther. And yes, I consider Magneto to be the true hero of X-Men. I don't know if that's controversial or not. I don't watch Marvel or DC. I never really got into superheroes. I kind of did as a kid. But I got into Superman, Batman, but not for long. He's inevitable. I watch a lot of old crap movies on Netflix and Prime. Fair enough. Absolutely fair enough. I was started to do a series for my YouTube channel called the Fantasy Faux Pas Show, where we look at B-movie fantasy movies, especially from the 80s, 70s and 80s, like Deathstalker and things like that, He-Man and things like that. Although He-Man's, I think, 80s, late 80s, maybe even early 90s. And we have got one episode, so if you go back early videos on the Edra Scrolls YouTube channel, you can see the Fancy Faux Pas show with Sally as well. And we recorded half of another one. I think I also recorded one with Gavin, my cousin. I've just not had time to edit them. So this summer, I might try and do that. Steals the pirate hat and runs off. Lyrians put, at his fundamental core, Magneto's trying to defend innocent minorities from persecution of the murderous bigots. Violently, not unlike Malcolm X. Fair enough. I'll take your word for that. Doesn't he vaporise everyone in the world, though? Sally's put, still traumatised by that experience. Come on, you loved it. If you'd like to see Sally traumatised on video, then check out the Fantasy Faux Pas episode. It's called the Fantasy Faux Pas Show on Edra Scrolls YouTube channel. Bond villain alert. Yeah. Do you expect me to talk? No, Mr. Bond. I expect you to die. That's pretty good impressions there. Grumbles, says Julian, and reaches for his big bag of pirate hats and puts another one on. Yeah, you've got a tricorn. Is it a tricorn hat? Sorry for not watching your stream. Exhaust yourself, laundry. Yes, exactly. And I'm going to apologise to you, Julian, as well. So Julian runs a YouTube, not YouTube, a Twitch channel called Babel_17, and he does a live stream as well every Thursday of game books. I was actually play testing a couple of my games that evening, so I couldn't watch, unfortunately. I was also very ill while filming the first bit. Oh, yeah, you were. Oh, yeah. But like a trooper, you did it anyway. Or like a tyrannical director, I forced you to do it. One of the two. I can't remember which. Goldfinger, he's the man with the miner's touch. Miner's touch. Just digging up coal. So the question is, would you like to see another illustration? Would you like to see another illustration? And if the answer is yes, would you like to see an exciting one or a less exciting one? Do you want to see a monster? Shall I show you a monster one? Or shall I show you a scenic view one? What would you like? Monster or scenic view? What would you like? Martha Wood, fantastic. Thanks, folks. Appreciate it. No, you're more than welcome, Julian. So Martha would like to see a monster. Glenn wants to see them all. I can't show them all because it will spoil it. Because part of the fun I found playing the Fighting Fantasy game books, and I'm sure you find them as well, is that I don't look at any of the illustrations, or I try not to, before I get to them. Because I want to read the context and then go, oh my god, look at that! There's a spider in that mug, they bloody well better not be. So Julian says yes. Wow, you're a veteran of cinematic undead yarn, sir, which makes us artists out of those films is the best. You say, oh, Martha's put here, jam spider stems out. Spider jam does whatever a spider jam. Glenn has put here, Donald series of dummy illustrations. Do not include them. Oh, do a series of dummy illustrations. Well, if I had the time, Glenn, I would. What I've put on the Kickstarter, as far as my memory serves me, is that you're going to get 20 illustrations in the paperback, and the hardback, I've decided to put 30 illustrations in. So the hardback, you do get 10 more extra illustrations. Steals Harry's pouch and runs off again. A simple one. Keep the good ones for the book reveal. Oh, okay. 30. Yeah, 30 illustrations. Well, I asked Jonathan Green, who wrote some of the Fighting Fantasy, some of the original Fighting Fantasy books, as well as his own Ace game books, how many, illustrations do the Fighting Fantasy books have? And he said 20. They normally have 20. Then get rich richer. Yeah. Tassimo coffee made. Has anyone seen my purse? No. Oh, I see, because of Martha. My personal all-time favourite makeup artist is Stan Winston of Terminator, Aliens and Jurassic Park. Great films, great films. He also gave Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt and Kirsten Dunst their retractable fangs for Interview with a Vampire. Yeah, they were amazing. I did see Interview with a Vampire actually at the cinema. And yeah, I loved it. Thought it was a great film. I hadn't, you knew of it because it was a big book. I hadn't read the book. And I wasn't massively into vampires, but obviously, you watch, everyone's heard of Dracula. I think I'd read Dracula at that point. I can't remember. No, I had done. I can't remember. But I absolutely loved the film. I thought it was great. Gives pouch pack of extra gold. Aww. Look at the time. Oh, it is 43, right. So, okay, I'm going to show you, not necessarily a monster one then. Maybe you ought to have that as a special reveal. I'll show you a scenic one. Because, as I say, I remember the Fighting Fantasy books. They would have monsters that you go, oh, wow, look at that monster. Then they'd have characters that you meet along the way. And then you have scenic ones as well. So I've done that. I've gone for that format. So that's one of the characters that you meet along the way. And then this is a scenic one. This is the last one I just did, actually. I finished it off last night. So, here we go. So remember, this is just the lino cut. So there we go. And as Sally put, an abandoned hut in the middle of nowhere. What could go wrong? Oh, thank you, Spell Sing. It's very kind of you. Abe Lincoln was probably the best of the three, but Fang growth in blood. How do you pronounce that? Blood Rain. Blood Rain was good. Was just discussing interview yesterday as it happens. Ah, fantastic. Feeling nostalgic. I want to watch Ken play Medieval on Twitch and Squidgy's and Sourrock. I've not played those. It was a neat touch how Abe and the Unicorn soldiers load their cannons with silverware and literally blow away the charging Confederate vampire soldiers. Oh, I see. What a great premise. Wow, so much detail. Nice. Thank you very much. Yeah. Well, that's what I remember as well with the Fighting Fantasy. I love pen and ink illustrations. And I can do pen and ink illustrations, but for some reason I thought I'd do them lino prints. So I might do them pen and ink illustrations on the next game book. Oh, I tell you what, the short game book that Jam and I are going to release together, I'll do pen and ink illustrations for those. Yeah. Didn't you used to play a medieval build game? Oh yeah, Kingdom of Kel. Yeah, Kelf. That's the one you meant, didn't you? Yes. A Kingdom of Kelflings, if that's how you pronounce it. My cat's pen and ink. Oh, is that what they're called? Pen and ink? That's brilliant. Yeah. Agree 100%. Oh, I missed what he put. Oh, yeah, they're there. So there we go. So fantastic. So that's what I've been working on there for the Devilish Dilemmas to Kill a Thief. If you haven't backed the book and would like to, the late pledge is still up. You simply go to Kickstarter, look up To Kill a Thief. And the game book, by the way, is 407 entries and it's over 100,000 words. The other things I've been working on very briefly, I know that we've sort of hit the 45-minute mark. 45 minutes to an hour, I tend to do these now. If you're happy, I will carry on. Carry on. Sounded like Patrick Stewart there, didn't I? Make it so. Let's see if I can do a Patrick Stewart impression. What would Patrick Stewart say? He would say, data. He would say, data. Bring me the data. I'm very impressed by your violin playing. Is that good? Oh, Martha has to go very soon. Martha, you leave when you need to leave, okay? Don't worry if we're still live streaming. That's fine. Yes. Or a patriot called Quills. Or a parrot called Quills. Oh, that's a good name for a parrot. So the other things I've been working on this week, which was very pressurised, is my 2 games. So my Devilish Deaths Murder Mystery game, deliciously difficult murders to solve, and also my Misbehave game. So these are unpublished games, and at the UK Games Expo this year we are demoing the publisher Outset Media and Cheatwell Games. We're going to be demoing, I'm going to be on their stand. I'm going to be demoing the game that they published for us last year, which is The Crooked Crown, and also demoing the new Guildlands that Kedrick and I have designed again together, that they're publishing in June. They didn't quite get the stock ready for UK Games, which was a shame, but hey, that's just the way it goes. But we do have at least 1 demo copy, possibly 2 demo copies. So I'm going to be demoing those. And also what I'm going to be doing at UK Games, hopefully, is pitching my Devilish Death game and my Misbehave game to other publishers. Now, there's a speed dating system they have at the UK Games where you can go online onto UK Games website and you say select speed dating and you apply to be selected for speed dating. So what you need to do is, but the deadline's gone now. This is why I was up against it last week. The deadline was last week, I think the 21st of April. And basically you're submitting a pitch sheet and also a 2-sided rule PDF. And optional is a video. Now if you do actually record a video and then, have a video for them to watch as well, I think that might give you a slight advantage over the ones that don't have a video. Because if you're a publisher and you're watching, you know, anywhere from 100 to, you know, 150 entries, because I don't know how many people apply, I think it's at least 100 people, then are you going to sit and read the rules of 100 people? Are you going to sit and read 100 pitch sheets? Maybe. But are you going to watch a video? So in my head, I don't know if this is true or not, I think they'll watch a 3 to 5 minute video, or at least 2 minutes of it. They'll get a flavour of what the game's about, and they'll either go yes or no. If they pick yes, so only one publisher has to want to see your game, and you're in the speed dating event that happens on Friday of the UK games. Now, Kedrick and I were there last year with the Titanic game. We didn't get it signed. However, it's a really good experience. You sit there, you've got your game set up, and then, like speed dating, all the publishers come to you. So you start off with the publisher, you have 5 minutes to pitch your game, and that includes any questions that they want to ask at the end. And then they will say, yeah, brilliant, thanks, not quite the game for us, and they'll walk off. Or if they're interested, they'll give you that, you know, you get your business card and they say, come and see us on our stand. And you either make a time there and then, or you just go, yeah, I'll swing by. Because they might want to demo the game. They might actually want to play the game, or at least talk to you more about it. So we did have a few of those last year, but unfortunately they didn't decide to sign. And I guess the other thing that could happen is they might just love your pitch so much that they sign the game there and then. I think that's very rare, because normally publishers will want to play the game to see how the game plays out. So my Devilish Deaths game is a murder mystery game. It's like Cluedo on steroids, basically. And my Misbehave game is a Bumblebee game. It's a Bumblebee game. And it's a set collecting game, basically, where you have to collect bees that have numbers on, and those are the scoring at the end of the game. But your flower must have one type of different bee colour on it. You can't put the same colour onto the same flower. But you can have multiple flowers. So it's a set collecting game. It's for families. You know, it's quick. It's about a half-an-hour game. So yeah, so one is like on the light end of the spectrum, and one is more on the mid-complexity end of the spectrum as well. So yeah, so there you go, Devilish Deaths and Misbehave. So I have been, so definitely I wanted to submit the Devilish Deaths. However, can the public see the speed dating, or is it closed session? Says Julian. It is a closed session. Unfortunately, it is a closed session. And I think it's probably right, because you wouldn't want, from a designer point of view, would you want other people looking in? Because, you know, you might be a bit nervous that they'll steal your idea. I doubt, you know, people generally don't. But, and also, I don't know if the publishers would feel comfortable with that as well. But it is a closed, yeah, it is a closed one. So there we go. So I'd already created the pitch sheet and the rules, but I had to create the video. And so creating a video, even if it's only 3.5 minutes, which is what the Devilish Deaths were, does take a lot of time. It took me about a day, maybe a day and a half, to do a 3.5 minute video. Oh no, I think it was a day to do the 3.5 minute video. So basically you have to write the script, you have to sing the theme tune, write the theme tune, not get a deck. So I have to write the script, then you have to record the script, then I had to edit my recording because of all my ums and ahs and mistakes, and then you have to set up the game, then you have to, I video B shots, you know, so it's just shots of the game, and then I actually have to, when I've specifically said about how a turn works or something like that, you know, like pick up a card, turn it over, read it out loud, I then video myself doing the actual actions that I'm explaining in the video. So that all takes time, and then once you've got all the video footage, then you have to edit all the video footage to the sound, to the voiceover, so it matches. Then I had to put little graphics like overview, gameplay, mechanics, atmosphere, just those little things. And also I do like to have selling points, just to say, look, this is why you should, you know, publish the game. And then I put little graphics of each selling point that come up just to reinforce it. And then one of the favourite bits is actually choosing the music. So I put a little bit of music underneath it just to, you know, give it a bit of spice. So picking the right sort of music for a murder mystery game was fun. And also I did exactly the same for the Misbehave game. Even though this is a much simpler game, this video was 4.5 minutes. But I had 1 day to create the rules. It's why they're a little bit text heavy, because I only had 1 day. Normally I like to put some illustrations in, you know, some pictures in, just to break it up a little bit. But I didn't have a lot of time. Yeah, so here's my pitch sheet for this one, my sell sheet. Didn't really couldn't really fit any illustrations in. But anyway, this is the rules. This is two-sided rules. And so I had to do the two-sided rules, the pitch sheet, and record the video all in 1 day. I started at 7:30. I finished at 11:45, which was 15 minutes before the deadline. Because the deadline was the 21st of April at midnight. And it was 11:45, and it was, you know, like 11:40, and my video was uploading to YouTube, so I put it on a private link, and it was like, you know, like 3 minutes. I'm like, come on, I need to submit this. So I've got to go soon, but don't want to. Oh no, that's fair enough. Well, we're going to wrap it up soon anyway, Martha. I feel the same. Have a good day, Martha. Yes, have a good day if you are leaving, Martha. Enjoy your painting. A villager that does not embrace a child will burn down by him to experience their warmth. Never abandon a helpless child when they are in need of kindness and love. You are to blame yourself if they grow up like Killmonger. Absolutely, Lee Rin. Very good sentiment. 4 hour 15 minutes. Sounds easy. What, to record a 4 hour 30... Oh no, 4 hour 15... What are you talking about now? I've probably missed loads of chat here while I've been chatting. Oh, you mean... 4 hours 15 minutes, 16 hours 15 minutes. Yeah, I've missed a chat there, haven't I? Anyway, there we go. So yeah, so I had 15 minutes left to submit, and I managed to do it. Because I did want to put this one into the speed dating as well, because I've got two completely different types of games. Now, I will have a slight dilemma if both of them get picked. So all it takes is one publisher to say, yes, I'd like to see that in the speed dating, and then you're in. So the good news is you know that definitely one publisher wants to see your game. But of course, you're going to show it in front of, you know, maybe 20 other publishers, which is great. So my dilemma would be if both get picked to be in speed dating, what do I do? I've got 5 minutes. I can't. So I probably will ask Kedrick if he would demonstrate that Misbehave, because I don't think he hit the deadline to put his ones in. So there we go. Oh, I see. Yes. No. So I had from 7th. I got up at 7:30 to midnight to do a sell sheet. Yeah, to design a sell sheet, write the sell sheet for Misbehave, and, you know, typeset the rules like this, and also then record a video in a day. And I thought, yeah, it'd be plenty of time. You know, I could do that. It was a 4.5 minute video. Sorry, you're not making myself enough for your speed dating submission. Yes. So the speed dating was on the 21st of the speed dating deadline to submit, so that publishers can look at which games they want to choose, was the 21st of April at midnight, just to submit your PDF of your rules and your sell sheet. And if you want to do a video, you can. Now, I definitely wanted to do a video because I think that gives you a stronger chance that they're going to look at it and they're going to want to play it and see you in the speed dating. So what I'm trying to say is I had 15 minutes left before the before the submission closes, and I wouldn't have been able to put the video in. I still was going to put just the PDF and the sell sheet, absolutely, but I think it's much better if you have a video in. So it was a close call. Hopefully that clarifies what you mean and what I mean. Liam's put in, might play God of War Ragnarok. Excellent. Tonight instead. That has been on my backlog for far too long now. Not every day you can play a Norse saga headed by a former Greek god. Oh, they both sound fun. I do put a spot of honey in. So there we go. So that's what I've been working on. It's been a very intense week. So I have now got 5 illustrations. Let me count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I've got 5 illustrations. Put it this way, I've got 2 monsters. A scenic scene, the man, and another scenic scene completed. Although there's one that one of the monsters I'm going to work on again, because that was the first one I did, and it needs a bit more detail in it. So I was playing on the fact that you said 11:45 and not 11:45. Oh, I see. My bad. My attempt at a crap joke. Oh, I see. Oh, I see. You're doing a joke. Yeah, Julian, I would work on that one. I would, in fact, just move along. I know, that's the problem. When you're in person, I probably would have got that joke because I would have heard the tone of voice. But writing, back to work Monday. I do not want to go. Oh yeah, you had some time off, didn't you? Did you enjoy your time off? I would imagine you do. You did. Of course, yes, and thank you, Julian. I was just saying earlier that we've got some playtesters. Julian is one of the playtesters, and is this why you put? You wish you'd started it last week because you haven't got time to really playtest it as much as you could. I have moved on. Good. Yeah. So thank you to anyone that is playtesting the game book. I really, really do appreciate it. Good stuff. Well, there we go. Well, I think that's just about everything, isn't it? Unless anybody else has got stuff to say. Yeah, it's been good. Nice one. Sounds exciting. Oh, that's the other thing. Yeah, Glenn and I met up again. Glenn actually lives quite away from where I live. Well, it's not too far. It's about 2 hours drive, I think. And we met up in a pub somewhere, a dodgy pub, in Hertfordshire, and yeah, we played a couple of games. The Wonky Wand, that was it. Got the Wonky Wand, which is the sequel to the Crooked Crown. Glenn managed to play the Wonky Wand, which was fantastic, and hopefully it was genuine. I know you were, he says, and yeah, so that was cool. Some good feedback there. Lord Zods was with us as well. Had a lot of fun. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We also played. So Glenn, hopefully you don't mind me saying, but Glenn's designed a game as well, a board game as well. We played his game. There was 4 of us there, and that's really good game. Yeah, there you go. Thunder Academy. He's not hiding it. Thunder Academy. See, this is the thing. I never know actually if I've not actually been told specifically. Yeah, don't mention this. But Thunder Academy. Yeah. So Glenn has designed a game called Thunder Academy, which is really, really good. It's a lot of fun. It's primarily a dueling game where each player is in control of their own spacecraft, and you're basically just trying to blow the other spacecraft up. That is the essence of the game. And I believe you're going to have a prototype, aren't you, at the UK Games Expo? Do you want to write? Do you mind me saying all of this? So if you want to play Glenn's game. Oh, hello. Oh, what's going on? Yeah, prototype. That's it. Yeah, prototype for the UK Games. Then, yeah, that's the one. So go to Glen 42 stand. No, Gen 42. I don't know what that means. Generation? I don't know what that means. Go to Gen 42 stand at UK Games. and it's actually the designer of Hive. That's his company. There you go. Yeah, Gen42 makes Hive. So you know, if you love Hive, I've not played Hive, but I know it won a very prestigious award. It's done really well. UK has GenCon. I don't know. But Gen42 is a publisher of the game Hive and a few other games as well. It's Lehman making a joke. I don't know. And so you know that it's going to be good. So Glenn's game is good. Thoroughly recommend it. It can be a 2-player, 3-player, or a 4-player game, and it's dueling spaceships basically. But it's very thinky. Well, it doesn't have to be, but you do have a choice. You roll dice basically, and you decide where you're going to put them as actions on your spaceship. So you might want to fight. You might want to fire a laser cannon, so you put a dice on there. You might want to power up, so you put it on the power up square, and you gain cubes that give you extra things that you can do. You can boost, which means you move the ship along, where you have to boost, and you have to maneuver, which means you can rotate your ship, or you can do a warp. It's really good. I really thoroughly recommend it. Kind of want to make a pirate game? Absolutely, Martha. Pirate games are very popular. Yeah, pirate games are very popular. Well, Australia had Gen Con or 2. Yeah, had a Gen Con or 2 when I still lived there back in 2000s. I wonder if Gen Con had broadened its venues to the UK as well. Oh, okay. There is a Gen Con. It's separate from the UK Games Expo. Gen Con, I think it's in London, isn't it? Gave me a good sorcerer name. Give you a good sorcerer name, just like that. Simon the Sorcerer. Do you remember that? Simon the Sorcerer, the video game? But look at the time. Yes, look at the time. Parabellum, a pun on parable and Latin. Prepare for war. Oh, there you go. Leerin's just smashed it. So there we go. So yeah. So if you are at UK Games, then Glenn is going to be there. Lord Zods is going to be there. I'm going to be there. Julian's going to be there. Is anyone else going? Is anyone else going? So I'm going to be at the Cheatwell and Outset Media stand because, as I say, I'll be demoing my, Kedrick and I's Crooked Crown and also Guildlands. That'll be the title of my Ken collab. Oh, really? Is it? Parabellum. Ah. Glad to help. Yeah, no, that's a great name, actually. I've now just said it correctly. Parabellum. Yeah, I like that. I've already got an idea now for my short collab one as well that I'm going to do. That might then expand into the next game book. Sick Viz parcel... what? Sick Viz parcel pacts Parabellum. If you seek peace, prepare for war. What a motto. Anyway, as Martha's quite correct, she says, look at the time. So thank you so much for watching. It's been a pleasure, as always. Thank you, Martha. Have a lovely day painting your horse. Thank you, Jam. Thank you, Leering. Thank you, Julian. Thank you, Sing Spell. Stoked to play Guildlands. Found a pic of us playing the Crooked Crown on your website. Haha. Yeah, exactly. I know. So Guildlands, I'll take lots of pictures as well. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you. Yes, see you Wednesday. Absolutely. Thank you, Sally. Thank you. Is anyone else? Have I missed anyone? Hopefully I've not missed anyone. Thank you to all of those that were watching that didn't comment. I can't see who you are, but that's fine. But thank you as well. Hopefully, Jonathan, you were watching as well. I'm off to watch the snooker now. And to carry on doing my illustrations, my lino cuts. Yes, have a lovely weekend, everybody. It's great to see you all. And the next live stream, yes, as Glenn points out, is Wednesday, 7 PM UK time, where we're going to be playing the fighting fantasy game, Death Trap Dungeon. It's the classic. I've never played it before. I know. Call myself a fantasy fan. It's my dirty little secret. It's out. Anyway, yes, thank you, everybody. Have a lovely, lovely weekend. And remember, may your thieving never be caught.